everyone, this is Jo Smart of Fi Angels here in Leighton Buzzard, ready to do another light workers reading, this time for October. I don't know about you, but I found September quite hard. I feel quite tired. I think the energy has been really draining. Mars has been in retrograde, so that means that situations can escalate and people can act out of impulse. I've seen that happen a lot, and I feel very drained by it. We also had the call to action. Love to know how you got on with that. Again, because energy was so draining, I found that an effort. We are human. I did what I thought I should at times, and I certainly remembered Mother Earth and our brothers and sisters across the globe in my prayers, and challenged some things on Facebook and face to face where people were judging others. And I think that, I think whatever we've done, how big or how small, I think we have made a difference. I think there's certainly less judgment out there in the public domain this month. And obviously it's something that we have to continue doing. Like I said in the last video, it's not a 1 month fixes all approach. It's something that we need to continue to do. And I think October, as we move into autumn, like I said last time, the theme of this video will be letting it go, because that's what we do in autumn, and Mother Nature is the perfect example of how we can let things go that no longer serve us, but do it in this glorious beauty. I love autumn. I love October. The colours are so beautiful. When you get those crisp, sunny, fresh days, really invigorates the spirit. So it's really important to get out there. I mean, today's a little bit gloomy, but when you get that opportunity to get out there in that crisp, fresh air, it's such an invigorating thing for the spirit. I love hoodies, I love big socks, I love hot chocolate, so I am all about autumn. And like I said, Mother Nature gives us a really example of how we can take things that no longer serve us and we can let them go, we can drop them. And Mother Nature does it in all these glorious oranges and reds. And it's such a beautiful sight to see, which shows us that we shouldn't be fearful of letting things go. It's part of the process, it's part of the cycle. We have to cut the cords of things, people, situations, feelings that no longer serve us in order to grow again, in order to nurture our seeds so that they can grow again in spring. And it brings us into the winter, which is the period where we need to rest, because that is such an important part of our journey, is rest and reinvigorating ourselves, getting ready again for spring and summer. So that's what this is really going to be about. And I think one of the really important things that we need to focus on as we let go in October is letting go in order to bring our power back, because I don't think I'm the only one who's feeling quite drained. It's been a really difficult year. It's still, if you watch the news, quite doom and gloom. People are behaving differently, and we've been healing, we've been helping, we've been sharing our light, and sometimes we can leave our power in those situations. So as we let go, it's really important to bring that power back and make ourselves whole again. And so in October, we've got a really good opportunity to do that, because not only is Mother Nature showing us now's time to let go, we've got not one, but 2 full moons. One on the first day of October, on the 1st, and we've got one on the 31st of October, so the last day of October, which incidentally is also Halloween, if you like spooky things. So, she's given us, Mother Nature is giving us 2 opportunities to let go with her in October. And the way I do it, using the full moon energy, you've got 4 days before and 4 days after, is I just sit and I write a little list of all the people, the situations and the feelings that I need to forgive, that I feel that have attached to me and are draining me or are still playing on my mind. So I write a little forgiveness list of all those things. And it's absolutely fine if you put yourself on that. It's also absolutely fine if you put somebody you love on that, because by letting them go doesn't mean you physically have to let them go from your life. It's just that situation that's drained you or is playing on your mind is what you let go of. So I write my forgiveness list. I then put my feet on the ground. I imagine the vines coming up from Mother Earth, wrapping around my feet to ground me. I then imagine and visualize all of those situations and people in front of me with a cord attaching me to that person or situation. And I thank Archangel Michael for coming and cutting the cords, and visualize him coming with his flaming sword and cutting the cord. And as those people and situations float away, I say, I forgive you. I forgive this. And then what I do is I imagine, to make myself whole again, I visualize my heart as a jigsaw puzzle with some pieces missing. And as that situation or person is floating away, I bring that jigsaw piece back and I put it back in my heart. So by the time that's finished, I am back whole again. I've brought my power back from those situations. And then to reset, I write a list of all the things I'm grateful for. And that's something you can do it whenever. You don't have to wait for a full moon, but the full moon energy is perfect for that, for just letting stuff go. And like I said, you've got 2 opportunities to do it in October, the first day and the last day. We've also got a super new moon on the 16th of October, which is about manifestation and setting your intentions, and having let things go in full moon and reset to a place of gratitude and maintaining that gratitude for the next 2 weeks until you get to new moon. You're in the perfect position to start setting your intentions for this season, setting your intentions for autumn. What is it you want out of autumn? And write that list down on the super moon on the 16th. And because it's a super new moon, the power is incredibly intense. So that's how we can use the full moon energy and the gift that we've been given of 2 full moons in October. I'm now going to move on to the card reading for October. I'm going to pull 4 cards from this. This is probably my favourite deck, by Carl Gray, and it's illustrated by Lily Moses and published by Hay House. This is the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck. And I love this, and it's perfect for autumn because it's really earthy energy. And there's so much going on the earth in autumn, in terms of preparation for winter. All the animals are getting ready to hibernate. Like I said, the trees are dropping their leaves. So there's a lot going on. So this is a really good deck for autumn. But I'm also, as I was thinking about this morning, feeling a lot of goddess energy around. So I'm also going to pull a card from the Doreen Virtual Goddess Guidance Oracle card deck. So just one card, and I've set the intention in the deck already that the goddess who is with us in autumn and who's advising us what we need to do in autumn is what we're going to ask that deck for. So I'll get to that after I've done the Angels and Ancestors one. So we'll make a start. So 4 cards. This deck's really interesting because whenever I've finished reading for myself or somebody else on them, I always put them back the same way round. And then when I go to shuffle them, I notice that quite a few are upside down. And obviously when we get an upside down card, it's a screamer. It's really asking for our attention and saying, right, you need to listen to me. So we'll see if we get any screamers today. So I'm just going to, and because they turn upside down, I try not to look at them because I don't want to be just drawn to the upside down ones. So I'm just going to stare weirdly at the video while I pick 4 cards. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So week 1 of October, we have, and this is perfect because it's letting things go. So we've got Elder, and Elder is telling us to move beyond our current patterns, or patterns that may be holding us back, patterns that are set in a place of fear. And I know that there is a lot of fear right now. There's fear around the pandemic, there's fear around a recession. And so if there's any fear-based patterns, either what's happening globally or what's happening in your own personal life, in October, we're really encouraged to move beyond that pattern. So they're perfect things to write on your forgiveness list. If you've got a pattern of, say, acting out of impulse, like a lot of people have been doing during Mars retrograde, and getting a bit spiky with people, or or acting defensive, for example, that type of pattern, then, or a pattern of withdrawing in difficult situations, then that's the types of things that you can write on your forgiveness list. You forgive those old patterns of behaviour that for whatever reason that you've fallen into, and you commit to finding new ways of responding to situations, new ways of being around people, new ways of dealing with situations that may cause fear. So October is a perfect time to do that. The first week of October, starting on Thursday, starting with the full moon. Let's break those patterns. Let's acknowledge what they are. Do a bit of, soul searching. What are the patterns that no longer serve me, that I need to let go of, and find new, more constructive patterns that are going to help me serve in a way that serves me and fulfill my highest good and my purpose. So that's a really powerful card and a really powerful message and nudge for us as to what we need to do week 1. Break negative patterns and get out of negative cycles. So week 2, we've got Arrow. So Arrow represents protective energy. So this is telling us that, you're not just going to have moved past those patterns in week 1. That's a big challenge that we've been given to do that. And so week 2 is reminding us that we've got all the protection of the universe. We've got all the protection of the archangels. I pulled Archangel Michael last month, and he's our bodyguard. Like I said, he's who we call upon to surround us in a blue protective light that gets rid of all the negative energy and cuts the cords of negative energy. So this is telling us that while we go through that process of letting go, because it's not always easy, we get quite resistant to it sometimes, and negative energy can get quite stuck and difficult to move. Cords can be quite difficult to cut. So this is a reminder that if we start to feel a bit overwhelmed with it in week 2 in the work to break old patterns, then we must call upon the protection of the universe and Archangel Michael and our guardian angels to surround us with their protective blue light, put us in that blue armour, surround us with their wings so that we feel protected as we reach deep within in order to move forward. Week 3, winter. So we're in the season before winter. Look at that beautiful wolf on that. I love the imagery on these cards. Beautiful pictures. And this is telling us to take care of our needs. So like I said, we're letting things go in order to bring our power back. And in autumn, we're getting prepared to rest. So week 3 is about acknowledging, what do we need a break from? What do we need to rest? Why do we need to rest? What is it that's been draining us? What is it that's been, making us feel a bit niggly or tired? And take that rest. Take that rest. Make the time to get to bed earlier, or make the time to curl up with a book. Sometimes in summer it can get a bit tiring, can't it? Because the weather's so nice and hot and you really feel pressure to get out and make the most of it. Well, actually, when it comes to autumn and moving into winter, again, it's like, actually, I've got an excuse to have a duvet day. So do it, because we do need to recuperate. We've been busy. Okay, and week 4. Okay, so once we've done that, once we've identified our old negative patterns and we've identified how we can break free from them, we've surrounded ourselves with this positive energy and made sure that we are protected, and we've taken time to nurture ourselves and do what we need to do. Week 4 is a really magical week. So we've got shape shifter here. So this is actually what I'm feeling from this card, is that our energies by the end of the month will have shifted. So we will have moved out of the tired, drained feeling and into a more positive, energetic way of being. So it's not that our shape shifts, it's our energy will shift towards the end of the month, because whilst we've still been doing our job and as light workers, and we've still been serving, we've also been taking the time to nurture ourselves spiritually, and physically as well. And so, you know, our energy will have shifted from the tired energy that I know a lot of people are feeling right now, myself included, and into a more positive, vibrant, motivated energy. Because when we're getting week 4, we've got that second full moon, and it's around Halloween, or Samhain as the pagan name for it is, which is the festival of our ancestors. It's when we give thanks to our ancestors for all of the things that they did for us as time led up to us being here. So again, that's a really powerful energy to really boost our vibrations. So the goddess card I'm going to pull, let's have a look and see which goddess wants to speak to us for autumn. Okay, so we've got Yamanya, and this is talking about a golden opportunity. And that's what, now that we're moving into autumn, we've got a golden opportunity. Gold is a lovely colour that you see around the trees in autumn with all the oranges and the reds. And what this is saying is that actually don't feel that you're wasting time if you take a bit of a break during October, because by taking a little bit of a break, what we're actually doing is allowing the universe to work for us and open new doors of opportunities once we get to this place where our energy is ready to accept them and we're feeling a little bit more pumped. So don't feel, oh gosh, I can't have a duvet day, that's so lazy, there's so much to do, or oh, I've got to get out, I've got to see this person, or I've got to achieve this. Actually, slow down a little bit, take a deep breath, and allow yourself that time to replenish, because in doing so you allow the universe to open doors of opportunities for you, and you're in a better, less chaotic place so that you can actually notice those opportunities as they arrive, rather than being in a bit of a rush all the time, looking for and getting in your own way, essentially. So that's a really lovely message from the goddesses, to say it's okay to take a break, and it's okay to rest and replenish your energy, because those opportunities are not going to pass you by. In fact, they're going to come flooding. So that's reassuring for sure. So I really hope you enjoyed that video. I'd love to hear your comments about how September went for you, and also how you're feeling about us now moving into autumn. The year feels like it's gone slow but quick at the same time, because there's so much happening. So if you take nothing else away from that reading, take away the fact that here is an opportunity for you to move forward and to release yourself of any baggage that you've been carrying, so that you feel lighter, you feel brighter, and it's not lazy to rest. It's absolutely necessary. So love and light to you all, and I will see you again in November. Take care.